Hello Aquarius, welcome to your reading for mid-August. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Please make sure you check all your placements to get a clear picture of what's going on for you at this time. As always, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate for all of you. Please take the bits that do resonate and leave the rest behind for somebody else. Alright, I am primarily a love reader. That's what I'm going to focus on. If anything else pops up, I will address it, of course. And if this reading does indeed resonate with you, then any interaction with it, whether it's a like or a comment or a subscribe, will not only help my channel grow, it's going to add your energy to the collective pool and just make it easier for me to read for everyone just a little bit better. I'm going to be freestyling your tarot spread, starting off with some oracle cards. Towards the end, I will be rolling some dice to see which initials pop up, which angel numbers pop up, and which sun signs pop up. So make sure you stick around for that. We have Keep Your Heart Open, first quarter moon in Libra. Interesting. And we have Porcupine Spirit, Time for Beginner Mind. I'm going to grab the book for this. This always confuses me. I've had this card before, but yeah, we need to be as clear as we possibly can. All right, it says, when Porcupine Spirit calls your name, you are being asked to adopt a beginner's mind and to approach situations with innocence and curiosity. The old confining stories no longer have a hold on you. Life is full of surprises hiding in plain sight. Looking at the world afresh with new eyes can help you find what you have been seeking, whether it is a relationship, an opportunity, or evidence that you have all you need right now to co-create what you desire. Who knew? Porcupine asks you to be playful and have a childlike curiosity. There is so much waiting for you that you have yet to discover. I suddenly got that Saturn is not in your sign anymore. That's wonderful because it's in Pisces. It's been in your sign for a little bit, and Saturn is the great disciplinarian. It teaches lessons even when we're not ready to learn them. Now that Saturn is out of your sign, it's easier for you to be more playful and curious and experimental. And I always see the Aquarius archetype as the mad scientist, right? As someone who can push the boundaries, who can rebel against the norm, who can create a new reality that is unique to their own self. With Keep Your Heart Open and Time for Beginner Mind, I feel like there has been like a self-preservation mode that's been always on by default within your psyche. It's time for you to allow yourself to be just a little more vulnerable because you're stronger now. Does that make sense? It's like you've been building an armor for so many years and you're finally ready. I'm not saying that you're entering into battle. I'm saying that you're strong enough to experience everything that relationships can bring to the table. Whether it's pain or it's joy or it's unconditional love or it's sorrow, you're ready, right? This is not about fairy tales because life comes with its roses as well as its thorns. I feel like your hands are gloved. You're ready. Page of Pentacles, you're ready. The Page of Pentacles is the card of the student. It is someone who is very curious, someone who wants to learn, someone who wants to ascend. And some of you may even be getting into higher education. You may be starting a new business. You may be interning somewhere. You may be starting a new relationship. This newness, I feel like you need to plunge yourself into it without fear. The High Priestess, because you're protected, not just by source, but by the ancestral wisdom that you carry in your genetic code. It's not going to let you make mistakes. It's not going to put you in a situation where you'll have to constantly heal. You know what I mean? Page of Swords, another page. That's beginner mindset, is it not? The Ten of Cups, beautiful. I feel like you're redefining your happily ever after. You may have had a certain image of what that happiness looks like, but there's a reformulation here. And that's wonderful because we have 6 to 7 planets in retrograde. If not now, then very soon. It's like the universe is doing a moonwalk. But this reevaluation and this reassessment, especially with Venus in retrograde in Leo, there's a restructuring. of sorts. It's like you knew what your destination was. You knew what your 10 of cups was, what your happily ever after was, right? And you were on this particular highway. It's like you had fed it on Google Maps that this is where I have to get to. But then you look to your left and there's this land that's absolutely magical, that's absolutely beautiful. It's almost like a parallel reality that you had never even thought of. Let's say you've been dating the same kind of person, attracting the same kind of person over and over again. It's almost like you've healed that karma, right? And your higher self is ready to magnetize better people into your life, to magnetize people who will, or a person who will almost help you shine. I feel like you've been attracting a lot of relationships where you've had to heal from them constantly. But I think you're healed. I like this energy. The Wheel of Fortune. You're protected, my friend. The universe is guiding your ship. Everything has been preordained. It's almost like, you know how a teacher sets a syllabus for a semester? The universe had set a syllabus for you and you've passed with flying colors. The Eight of Wands, movement. If some of you are expecting communication from a particular person, I feel like there's been a whole lot of quiet. The High Priestess and the Page of Swords can mean energetic spying. It can mean spying on social media and all of that. But with the Eight of Wands, I feel like that is going to very quickly shift to actual communication, to actual movement. If any of you are manifesting travel, that's on the cards as well. The Knight of Swords, communication again. Well, Mercury, the planet of communication, is due to go retrograde very soon on the 23rd. So if any heavy conversations need to be had, I would put them on the back burner till the middle of September. Because our words can be misconstrued at this time. Miscommunication is highly possible at this time. Keep it light. I'm not saying don't talk to anybody, but keep it light. The Emperor. Permanence, stability, groundedness. I feel like you're tired of variables. The Emperor is the number 4. The 4 seasons, the 4 cardinal directions, the 4 walls of a home, things that are very unchanging. I feel like that's what you've been manifesting, and I feel like it's closer than you think. Another 4, we have the 4 of Cups. That's interesting. I feel like you're saying no to an extent to immaturity. You're saying no to situations where you feel like they have no potential. Some of you may be dating not just to date, but to actually settle down. And if someone is not coming with that promise of permanence, you're not investing in it. Another 4, the 4 of Swords, healing. I told you, you've healed. I mean, I'm not saying that you've reached enlightenment and you're completely awakened, right? That's very rare. It doesn't happen to all of us. But when it comes to this particular chapter, I feel like the lesson that you had to learn, whether it's from a difficult relationship or even from an insecurity or a trigger from your past, I feel like you've graduated. I like this. There's a freeness here that I'm liking. It's open, it's light. It's almost like you've been in a cage for all this time, and that could have been possible while Saturn was transiting your sign. And it's suddenly like there's a vista in front of you where you can dream, you can create, you can build. The King of Swords, Page of Swords, 8 of Wands. If you are expecting communication from somebody, it may not come about the way you had hoped. I feel like there's a lot of water under the bridge with the 10 of Wands. Knight of Pentacles and Temperance. And I feel like with the Hierophant and Temperance, you've been patient. You've been patient with this situation, you've been patient with this person, and I'm not saying you were waiting with bated breath. I feel like you've been doing you've been doing your own thing, you've been healing. But because if this was a separation, I feel like a lot of time has passed, and I'm not saying the connection is broken, but the distance has brought about a sense of coldness here. And for this situation to warm up again, it's going to take a little bit. With Temperance and the Hierophant, I do see an elevation. This could be higher commitment, this could be heightened spirituality, this could be a deepening of a soul connection, of a soul tie. But it's not going to be sunshine and rainbows off the bat. It's going to take time. Four of Wands, beautiful energy. That is your heart running a cross-country marathon and finally reaching the finish line. It's been a marathon for you. Now, whether this is the reintroduction of somebody else, of somebody within your life, or it is a brand new person, you would know. But this beginner mind and this vulnerability, I feel like there's a freshness here that you've desperately wanted and needed. And there's a security and stability here that you've wanted and needed. We have 3 fours on the table, 4 fours on the table. Anything that was a variable in your life, or anyone that was a variable in your life, is going to start holding a more permanent place. There's a stability here that I'm really liking. And I feel like that is why you're letting yourself be vulnerable. You're keeping your heart open because you'll be able to trust this situation. There's long term here. Some of you may be seeing 11 a lot. It is possible. That adds up to a 4. It's also a card, or it's also a number of your manifestations speeding up. I feel like all the karma that needed to be dissolved has been dissolved, my friend. Things are coming in. Communication is coming in. Good job. For the first time in a very long time, I have seen a sign that has successfully managed to heal correctly. I have the letter M, I have W, I have H, I have C, I have J, I have Y, and I have O. These could be your initials, they could be the initials of the person you're dealing with, doesn't have to be. I'm going to get you some angel numbers and sun signs. Let's see what we have. We have Gemini. You may have Gemini heavily in your chart. You may be dealing with somebody who doesn't have to be. But I feel like it's time for you to clear your mind as well. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and like I said, Mercury is due to go retrograde very soon. So our minds can become very muddled. It's time to surrender. It's time to not put pressure on the universe. We have the number 6. You may be seeing 666 a lot. For me as a reader, the number 6 is a soulmate number. This is integration. This is heightened spirituality. This is a spiritual connection in your midst. I feel like the more you heal, I feel like you've done that considerably well. The more you heal, the higher the probability of attracting a person who is healed as well. It's like you stop attracting people who need constant work, people who you have to constantly heal from. You know what I mean? And we have Leo. We are in Leo season, at least till the sun enters Virgo on the 23rd. So I feel like for the next week, the chances of this reintegration, the chances of this new beginning are very, very high. Also, Leo rules the 5th house. It rules the heart chakra. This is about vulnerability, romance, creativity, letting your light be seen, letting yourself shine, right? Letting yourself have a little bit of fun. And I think it's due. My God, it's due, especially for Aquarians. You've been through very difficult life lessons in the last 2.5 years. It's time for you to lighten up just a little bit. All right, that was it. I hope this helped. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.